Stockpile Hobbies.
Welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies. My name is Steve, and today I'm getting my Pantera off the shelf. So, this is my Tamiya Clodbuster Pantera. I pretty much built this truck from the ground up from parts on eBay. I bought no kit. This was just me seeing what I could do. If I could actually just build a Clodbuster, and I did, and I built what I wanted. I really did. This thing is awesome. The Pantera is one of my favorite cars, and I thought nothing better than to make it into a monster truck here. So as we see, I originally wanted this to be purple. Spraying it from the back, I hit it with purple, ice purple, and then I sprayed black behind it, and it all just came out black. But there's some areas when it hits the sun right, you can see a little bit of the purple in there, but it's mainly just black. And I bought an aftermarket engine for it off eBay, and threw that on the back. I think it looks really cool. Fits the truck nicely. Wheels. It's got upgraded like shovel wheels on it for the tires. It's got the chrome Clodbuster wheels on it. It's got an upgraded 4-link extended suspension on it. It's got the hard scratch plate here. This one has a limited slip front and a locked rear, very loud. Yeah, there's some power there. There's a Thorpe diff locker in there to do that. High torque steering servo in the front with a big metal guard bumper on it. And the back, no servo. This is a 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive beast. For the motors, I have Venom Fireball brushed motors in it, front and back, and they get the job done. It is an awesome, fun truck to drive. Next to that King Blackfoot, this is the one that I'm going to be keeping. Even Cousin Mike said when he came over here, "You're not selling the Pantera, are you?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I can. This one also has foam in the tires, or a sponge, so they don't sink down as far as the standard Clodbuster tire. Like the original one over here I got. If I can get this in the camera. They're very airy on the original one, where these have the hard foam in it to keep them round. Let's get the body off. Pins off. This truck has been tumbled a lot. The body's taken a beating. I don't know how many times I've re-glued on this engine over here, but get this off. Here we go. Very basic, just a plastic Clodbuster body on it. I even do the metal plates, standard battery holder. Because this truck has only one steering servo and it's mounted up front, I was able to put the Super Rooster down into the belly of the truck, where the other one I showed last week on the Silver Clodbuster has the steering servo down here and has the speed controller up here. Here we go. I used hard metal body mounting posts for it, Dean's connectors on the battery and the motor connectors as well. This was also wired for speed with the two motors. There's two ways to wire the trucks. One's for speed, I think, and one's for more torque. So I did this one for speed, just like the other one as well. And I'm using, again, my trusted Futaba Magnum Junior controller. Each truck has their own controller. I remember when I first found out when I got back into RC trucks that there was now just one controller and you can have multi-channels on it, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I wanted to be able to go outside with anyone who comes over at the time, and we did. We all go out and run the RC trucks. We all have 4 going at the same time. Pretty cool. Shocks. I came up with the suspension here. I was totally learning how to do the suspension. I have weighted oil in there, front and back. I think the same weighted oil in the front and rear, but I have different spring rates on the shocks here. And you can see this one's even loose. Look at that. So we're definitely going to have to go over this truck first. I'm going to have to tighten down a couple things before I go out and run it. I can see right there's a couple things loose. I can check all these down in here. This 4-link is maintenance every time you run it. Here's another loose one on this shock here. So I'm going to do that now. What's nice about this truck too is real easy to work on, as you can see. A lot of things are in the open and readily accessible. Yeah, all these are loose. And I got to take the wheel off to get to this one screw and nut on the suspension here to tighten it before we run it. Right, get that off. And we can just use this to support it. You see I got a billet hubs here for it. So these are plastic still on the front and the back, but they're prone to breaking. These plastic hubs here, or this part of it, the knuckle, or spindle I should say, and I do have the metal upgrades for when they do break. I just wait for them to break before I go out and do that. See here, there's also, this is an aftermarket suspension height adjustment bracket here. It's on the front and the backs. So you're able to use different suspension setups that you want with these here. Pretty nice. I also have these clear plastic covers here for the gear casing to keep the dirt out. This thing's just awesome. Yeah. It's got lots of suspension travel too. It's got like a rock crawler suspension on it. It'll, but it's good to go. So I got to put some batteries in for the high torque steering servo, and that just helps it. It stops it from getting the jitters. The Super Rooster tends to draw a lot of power, and so does the high torque steering servo, and it needs a little more juice to make everything happy. So I'm still waiting for the batteries to finish charging, but we're going to get those in the truck here and get it outside. Speaking of the battery charger, so here's the battery charger I use. It's a Venom Pro Dual power charger, 880 watt by 2 channels. I bought this because I had an X-Max at one time, and that X-Max did nothing but break every time I drove it. It was just, I had the worst luck with that truck, and I ended up selling it. So, the X-Max uses 2 batteries at the same time to run. So yeah, this is what I had bought this charger to do all that with. It's a great charger. I really recommend it. It also has all these other adapters on it, so you can charge all different types of different batteries with it, and it came with all types of different connectors too and things. I really recommend this this Venom battery charger here. It's really cool. So we're outside now. I got the batteries in the Pantera. And now we're going to take it out for a run. Done filming this truck in the previous video. We're now going to take this Clodbuster out and see how well it does compared to this one. A lot more power and a lot faster. Yeah, let's get this out and bash it around. Let's see what this bad boy can do. Go to the lead. Oh! Cover! Oh, no! Oh, so the visor will mess up. Let me fix that. Yeah, come off the gas a little bit when you turn this one. A little hard to keep straight because of when I did the suspension, I didn't really know what I was doing with the springs and the fluid, so, oh! So I really like this truck. It's really fun to drive. It's fun to bash. The Pantera body is taking some abuse, but it's still really fun to drive and just beat on that way. I recommend not getting a stock one. I recommend, if you can, just piece one together if you know how, or to buy a stock one and just upgrade it. You could also just buy a Traxxas and go that route. This is just classic fun. Parts are still available on eBay and everywhere. They might be a little pricey now, but you can get a used one for a couple $100. So that's gonna do it for this review of the Pantera. Hope you enjoyed it. Please check out the other video on the stock Clodbuster as well. You can find a link to that in the description. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's the only way we get to grow and keep having fun, everyone.